Hello everyone. So this is a story that happened about 3 weeks ago, and I'm still scared. To give a bit of context, I'm a 21-year-old female, 5'7", and I have honey-colored hair and eyes. Like, people used to ask me if I was a Twilight vampire type of eye color. I work at a pet supply store, and I am an overall friendly person towards customers. So I joke around a lot. Also, I study anthropology, which is the study of human culture, and I specialize in bioarchaeology, so essentially, I study human bones and dead bodies. This is all important stuff. So the store where I work has a lot of regular customers. One of them is a man and his wife, so there's actually two of them, and their two dogs. They come in fairly often, so we talk whenever they come by. About a month ago, we started talking about bioarchaeology and how I went on a field school where I was digging up skeletons in a graveyard. After a while, the guy told me that some people found corpses underneath the elementary school in my town. Fun fact, as it turns out, it's the elementary school where I went. Essentially, before the school was built, it was a graveyard. The township ended up moving the graveyard, but I guess they forgot a few individuals. Oops. Once that conversation ended, we moved on with our lives. About a week later, the couple came back. We started talking again. The guy jokingly told me he had a corpse for me. I asked him if the corpse was in his trunk. We often bring bags of dog food or litter to customers. To which he replied that it wasn't in his car, but rather waiting for me at his house. I laughed, but then he started insisting that I should come over, and he started telling me how he'd love taking pictures of me, and that he's having a photo shoot at the park the next day, and that I should totally come. He mentioned that the fact that my eyes have such an amazing color, and my hair matches, would look really good. I started feeling really awkward, so I thanked the man but declined his offer. And as soon as my coworkers came to greet his dogs, I left to go work on something in the back of the store where the dog clothing is. He owns large, fluffy dogs that do not require any clothing. About 5 minutes later, the man shows up in the back and starts talking to me again. I kind of just left it at that. I haven't seen him since, but I do not want to see him again either. Side note, I told my manager about it, and she told me that I can hide in the office whenever he comes again. It may not sound all that creepy, but I got the most terrifying vibe from the guy, really. This happened when I was pretty young. I'm 28. We lived in a row home with one bathroom, and my mom was having it renovated at the time. It was completely gutted, so a temporary bathroom was set up in our dank and almost always dark basement. It was my bath time, and I was dreading it because I didn't like the basement. It was creepy, and I've had a lot of other paranormal stuff happen to me and my family up to this point. My mom knew I was scared, so she got my older brother to go down and sit while I took a bath. Now, the basement had one light source, which was at the front of the room, in the form of a single light bulb, and the switch was at the entrance of the basement stairs. Well, not long into my bath, the light goes off, and I start screaming to turn on the light. My older brother, who usually is calm and cool, is screaming too, because at the other end of the basement are two glowing red eyes staring right at us. We were both frozen in place and could only scream. We heard our mom run to the basement door and turn on the lights, asking us why the light was off. I'm crying, asking why she would do that, and she's just up there confused because she didn't turn them off. Needless to say, my brother and I got out of that basement ASAP. We both share a fear of dark basements today. P.S. The eyes were at a person's height and directly centered in the back of the basement. There was nothing reflective there either. This happened a couple of years ago. In Washington, there was an old military outpost with under and above ground bunkers that are super spooky. There are tons of them, and they sprawl out pretty far. My girlfriend and I decided to explore, which I've done numerous times, but went to a spot I hadn't been before. The doors on the bunkers are heavy steel, with some of them having huge crank locks. The passageways are extremely narrow and pitch black. I honestly hate it, but love exploring. We went into one passageway that had 2 entrances, with each having the heavy locking door. As we're going farther in, we hear a huge slam behind us. We keep going to the end, and the door is locked. No problem. We go back the way we came, and that door is locked too. I was really spooked, but after exploring a little more, we found a tiny crawl space through another tunnel that led outside. It was littered with glass, and you had to crawl one at a time. I came out really angry and hunted around, yelling if there was anyone there to come fight me, since we could have been stuck in there if there hadn't been a crawl space. I'm still not sure if it was a person who trapped us or a ghost. The place always spooks me though.